Mic check, check, check. Oh shit. shit everywhere. Bucket season. Yeah, I found this bucket hat. Honestly, I don't even remember buying this one. This one might be from the last person that lived here, because he was pretty stylish, I think. So maybe it's his, I don't know. But it's on my head. What's up, world?
I'm a jazz player. What's up? This your boy Crypto, bro. I'm a jazz player.
I plays the blockchain. Hold up. It is bucket season. What's up, Dank? What did it do? What up, Rolando? Lita? My mom thinks the guy I looped in is slow. I love the remix. I love the remix song I made of Men in the Year, but she doesn't like me trolling slow people. Hey man, everybody in crypto slow right now. Shout outs crypto slow. But everybody crypto slow on the slowness. But today is, actually I haven't even adjusted my calendar because I'm still on the 5th. But today is the 9th. You know what I'm saying? The 9, that's my favorite number. 9. It's Monday. Boom. There it is. It is June 9th. Damn, we're close to June 15th. But it's June 9th, 2026, Monday. 69 day here in America. If you're on the other side of the world, I guess it's written 9/6. So you got to wait until September. But it's the first 69 day right here in America. You know what I'm saying? We I don't know. I think 69 is just a cool looking number. Definitely that should be your My Character player on 2K should wear 69. If you're making a Madden character, they should probably wear 69. You know, I don't know if you play video games. Catch me on fucking PlayStation 5. If you play in the sports. What up, Tree City West? Burnsin.com. Burnsin.com. But yeah, man. It was a hell of a weekend. I've been building, and this is the Crypto Bro channel. I talk about XEN and its relationship to the overall markets. Sometimes I forget to say that because I'm just chilling. It's a chill stream. I'm just talking. I am just talking. It's just me, how I see shit. None of this stuff is financial advice if you think that. And I'm just me, bro. That's what I'm doing. This is how I do Zen. Do Zen, man. Do Zen. Zen wants to be done. Doesn't want to just chill. It wants to be done. But with my goofy bucket hat on. Yeah, 69 is also a yin yang sign. You're right. Not the 69 God. Shout out to 69 God. But yeah, man, we're looking at Solana right now. And the markets are looking positive day. I don't know. I was going to try to speak some Spanish, but I ain't got it in me. And yeah, it's looking good. We're up to 107. Bitcoin springing back into action. Springing. I got to say springing because what the fuck? That shit was over and now it's not. We switched over to the hourly yesterday. That shit was over. Now it's not. Back up your all-time highs. I don't know what's happening, but this is a pretty good zone. Now, again, I talk about Zen here, but we need to know that Bitcoin is, or we got to respect Bitcoin for what it is. And we're waiting for a real Bitcoin move. And technically, it's playing out exactly how I predicted it to kind of go, which is it get above the 200 and then go away from it. If it's not going to go away from it, it's going to come back and try it out. But you can see from my pattern, it's done the opposite. It's just been getting away from it, which is bullish, essentially, because Bitcoin is bullish. So on the daily, every day, Bitcoin is bullish. But then when we look at like the weekly, so how does Bitcoin feel on the week? It kind of feels like the same thing. Feels like this is setting in higher candles. Like it needs to sell now because that was an amazing recovery to the upside last week. And typically after these, they call them graveyard dojis. If it's red, it's for show or sell. So the fact that this one, I think, is called a hammer. I don't know. Ask GPT what it is. They'll let you know. Screenshot it. Say, what the fuck is this trading pattern? And then it'll probably tell you exactly what you need to know. Hold on. I think I'm lacking. Am I only on the left side? One side? Oh, never mind. I think I'm just covering my ear. I got the rainbows. Yeah, put a rainbow in the chat if you're out. Rainbow technology. I think we found it, boys. I think we've got our real pride. I'm proud of it. Hope you're proud of it. We'll talk about xeN.com in a second, because that's the catalyst. I think that's going to change a lot of things, especially the tools that I get to put on the website. So the coming soon stuff that like a roadmap. It's kind of cool. And this is like my first real product in crypto. So I'm happy that it's with XEN and, really programming for that protocol. And I'm learning about these other blockchains because of the protocol. So it's pretty intense. It's pretty intense to finally be at this phase of the experience. But I think it's all good. That's why I'm like, yo, this shit is crazy on the price level, because this is how I came into crypto, right? I saw people get rich. And then I saw developers. I shouldn't say I saw people get rich, because we also call 50K Bitcoin. That was easy. That was back here. We did that like August 2024. Yeah, or August 23. That was when we were like, oh, this shit's going to go to 50K. And it's the same setup that we're at. Well, I guess we're not there right now. But on the daily, we're like this. Where that weekly is. Where we're like twisting and turning. And I was hoping we can get right back down here and go one more. But that was hopium. I think this was the moment when it twisted and turned, and now it's reversing up. So it's going to look like more like the weekly, like really extended away. Because now this is basically saying the true value of Bitcoin realistically is around $4,800. Like, you got to respect the moving averages. All right. I'm not a trader. I just look at it as a gas. So now that's bearish as fuck. Like, what? Bitcoin go back to 48,000? Highly unlikely. As you can see, it needs to get oversold on the RSI to like get to that range. So that's some turbulence happening in the overall crypto markets, which I don't believe. Right now, Bitcoin is feeling good, because if we go to the Joe Schmo website, they got rainbow too. There's mint XEN everywhere, guys. Anytime you see the rainbow is mint XEN. So NBC mint XEN. They're trying to tell you that's the coding. I'm just the messenger. That's the code. Rainbow. We're not rainbow. We're rainbow, but we're rainbow. The fuck is crazy. I didn't even see it like that. But this right here, this is what's pumping the market. China and the U.S. trade officials hold talks in London. And London, I guess, is, closing down right now. So essentially, this is kind of dumb, in my opinion, that our market is balanced on this. But again, what's happening in my personal view of it all is that crypto is tech. It's actually tech. Like, tech used to be robotics shit. You know what I'm saying? Now you got the people like lighting the Waymos on fire yesterday. Because, protests is protests. This ain't no politic. I'm not a politician, bro. But I'm here for the crypto. And, dude, this is why it might be not that smart to be investing yet in tech companies or some shit like this. This is where I'm just trying to think, because this is a physical product, right? There's no going back once it's disappeared, and it's in the most public ledger ever, called Los Angeles, California. Doesn't get any more public than that. I'm not talking about Calabasas. I'm not talking about Pasadena. Bitch, this is Los Angeles downtown area, bro. If you've ever been, you know. But they don't have it here. Damn. But I heard that the damages to these Waymos was over $600,000. Like all these Waymos that are on fire, $600K. God damn. Now they gotta spend the money and rebuild that shit because they're one of a kind. You know, and that's why again these projects in tech are ran by large companies like Google, right? Because we need to ship this idea. You know, protests, they come and go, but people getting around, that shit is every day. So robo-taxi on the way, we know that. And again, I think that crypto is technology. It is the accountant, you know, and robotics or whatever like used to be tech is kind of that's gonna be there, but it's not gonna be there. Like we're moving into augmented reality, like VR headsets, devices, like life in the device type UX, right? Look at Xbox, bro. They just copy the fuck out of this thing. Is ugly as shit. I'm sorry, I'm not an Xboxer. I'm a PlayStation. I think PlayStation did it right by just you put your iPhone up and you Bluetooth your fucking controller. Sex. Whatever the fuck this Ally X thing is, like, blow this up. Just shut it down. They're like, yo, we put a like a graphics card in the handheld. But this is true. Like, I see these handhelds being like the heart of the genius, essentially. Like people who have these, they could tweak the fuck out of them, and then like, you know, who knows what you're doing with that powerful ass GPU, right? Because I don't think you're gonna be playing any video games, because what the fuck. But yeah, shout out to Nintendo, they doing it right. Whatever this is, Microsoft, I don't know. Maybe this is like you couldn't afford it or something. The last handheld Christmas present. Man, pulling up to school with the Xbox Ally versus a Switch 2 is heartbreaking. Bruh, I bet that's the most heartbreaking Gen Alpha thing out right now. That's how you break the heart of a Gen Alpha. Here's the Xbox Ally. Oh, I would have been better off with the iPhone and a PlayStation 5 controller. But yeah, so this is still going to be big money. Excuse me. This is going to be big money, but I think how like Sony just got into blockchain as well. Like we're getting ready to see that. Like that. This is the next part. The where blockchain enters, and it's the house, like the Gucci house. The Google, like Google is like a house. Like people who've come from Google is spread. Same with like Apple. I was watching a documentary last night that came across my feed, called the General Genius. That shit, you should watch it. Oh wait, General Magic, my bad. General Genius. General Genius. Oh, what up, Tekken? What up, Samson? Good morning, Busters. What up? What up, though? Steak equals raped. Oh, no. Don't do it. WinMintZen.com tutorial. Only flag I wave is potato vampire. Hey, this is not a flag. This is an actual rainbow, dog. This is a reflection of light. You know what I'm saying? Through crystals, out comes rainbow. I don't know, man. I don't know. We're on to something. I'm saying we because it's all of us. We're all in this together. You know how it goes. But yo, you should watch this documentary. So R.I.P. It came across my feed because I guess this gentleman, Bill, what's his last name? Damn. They put him here. Yeah, Bill Atkinson. He was like a developer for like the Macintosh. But this is actually like a really good doc. It's boring as fuck unless you're into tech. I don't know. Your wife and your girl, they're gonna go while you're watching it type shit. But it's a good insight on the iPhone because you learn about how the iPhone as a subject of patent becomes the iPhone, and like how this company General Magic essentially like spawned to do the early like prototyping of what does a handheld device feel like. And this is a subsector of Apple because all these people were working on the Macintosh, right? So it's like that's just tech, man. Tech just seems to be continuous layers of like people who worked on some sort of architect that changed the world and then they went and did something else because they're close to the, you know, the kernel. I like to say, since you're so close to the kernel, it's very easy for you to you know, get the funding you need. Hell no, I ain't get no membership. I ain't even reading this. But yeah, shout out to Bill, RIP. Technology man. And this is the same thing. I think it goes for crypto right now. Like, we're going through the transitional phase where we're getting ready to launch the computer, I guess. And this isn't like traditional technology where this launch has a stage and it has like all this glamour, because it's raw. Like we're not there yet. We're still not there. Like, I actually think there's another blockchain after X1. And not to say X1 isn't going to be a top 5 blockchain, because that's something I do believe. But I think like this, whatever we're doing is infinite. So there's always going to be something else that's better. And it's just going to happen. And you got to be ready for it. You know? And hopefully it's parallel to where we're headed, and we don't know where it comes from next. But maybe that's why I keep saying like, oh, I think whatever happens next after X1, it will be inside of the community. It won't be some outside entity like coming into Zen. Like, it maybe, you know, maybe a few people will show up and then like tap in so aggressively that like, you know, they open up the playbook of Zen. But I kind of don't see it playing out that way. I kind of see like X1 happening, everybody moving into X1, and yeah, the rest is history. Like, whatever you decide to do with this Genesis block is on you. Like, are you General Magic, or are you just like, you know, what are you gonna do? You know, and you know, you're just gonna sit there and hold your coins, or what the fuck are you gonna do? And that's classic crypto. Classic crypto can only bounce off of this old technology like concept for that reason. I was actually looking at another funny news thing since I'm on news. What's that shit called? Coin Telegraph. Yo, hats off to my boy. I'm not stop, not the iPhone. Windows is going back. Is going to take back market share from the Steam O's. Yeah, that's what I know they're trying to do. But that's why I'm like, man, the Steam Deck it came a long way too. It has a lot of culture in the live stream world. So to take that culture and remix it, this is where I'm like, Microsoft is on its way out too. Not to say they're going to leave, but they'll just be feeding money to the next big idea. Like, they're out the race. Like, Apple's out the race, feeding money to the next big idea, and it's not going to come from internal because now they're fucked. They're so big, like, you know, it's just the fact that they got phones in people's hands. I think that can change too, though. Blockchain is such a disruptive market in technology. I think it's going to disrupt device world too, because you're going to want shit on chain, and that's where identity comes in, where it's like, yo, if I had like all these different IoT or Internet of Thing devices like around the world, like if it was just signed into my private key, I can control that shit from my fucking desk. Whatever these IoT things are, you know. So that's kind of why I'm like, oh, blockchain is the actual meat and potatoes of all of this shit. That's what's gonna bring markets, bring revenue, bring real value. But on a token level, like, yeah, we're gonna see tokens go up just based on like news, and how people perceive that news. So I hope it can break out of that. The only one I'm rooting for in that news shit is Solana. And this is what I mean. When the new coins come up, like when X1 is allowed to come up to the top 10, because right now, again, they're doing something all around from the Hyperliquid. God damn, I hate this fucking Hyperliquid shit. This one has so much VC got hacked and people still love it. They got them under a spell over there. Man, got them under a spell. But yeah, once these new coins like Sui, I expect to come up here. I do kind of expect like the module based blockchains to come up because it just makes sense. Like developers want to dev faster and their products will be heard, just like Pump Fund. Pump Fund stole 2024, and now no one still understands what Pump Fund did, but it just was culture, bitch. Like, yeah, that's how far outside the culture are you trying to study Pump Fund instead of just using it, type shit. But yeah, I'm rooting for Solana. Out of all these coins, Solana, $155, bro, and it's for sure going up if Bitcoin's going up. So anything on Solana usually does well with Solana. So looking at Solana, you can see it with Zencat is starting to bubble up. 25 transactions, because it usually runs with Solana, and I don't know why. Emoji Dracula starting to get positive because Solana getting positive. Even Solzen starting to get positive because Solana getting positive. And this is why I like Solana, man. I can't really be like, yo, you talking about almost everything in my bag. Well, these are good bags to have. I think anything Zen bag is good. And like some people will say that shill, but I'm just shilling the fairest thing to fucking own. Like we have 2 graduated Pump Fund and Moonshot coins. Like theoretically, Emoji Dracula might be one of the most successful Moonshot coins. It just doesn't trade high because we don't give a fuck. It's a meme coin. But when you go and look at where it's top dog, like go to emojirace.fund. This is a community project I've helped spawn with my homie Tree City West. I want to bring this format to X1. So this is something I do plan on bringing to X1 chain. We'll have an emoji market just for free alpha. But yeah, the people who did this, they were really cool people. I like what they were doing, but the guy is just making shit. And this is kind of what I think like classic. I've gotten to a point where code is starting to become repetitive. And I'm like, oh, okay. Like I'm working and looking at this code and I'm starting to tweak it on my own. Or, I used to go from, I've taken chunks, or I've taken a lot of code and made it chunks and use those chunks to make ideas. So I'm really starting to see like how this is designed, right? And I'm like, okay, like most of these people that have been making websites, right? They have been just trying to get traction, right? Create a free website for any Solana token. So this guy has made 4 different products here. One thing called Tape. Tape is a tape generator website. Then this emoji one. But the emoji one is the one that hit. He just doesn't give a fuck about it. And that's kind of why it's funny that Emoji Dracula is still at the top of this emoji race. Because the rest of these coins here, like they don't have any real community. Like they just happen. Like it's actually pretty fascinating, the emoji race. Because so many coins bonded because of this notion of like, let's race emojis. That shit is alpha. Bro, wait until X1 happens. I'm telling you. It's going to be epic. And what I hope to do is have a rail where you burn your Emoji Dracula for some sort of like special emoji, like a golden Emoji Dracula. You go to XEN or some shit. But then that one like mines like the DAO token of the emoji race on X1. So like if you burn these ones, like you get the DAO token. Like every day gives you a little bit of native protocol or some shit like that. It'd be cool. Since X1 will be a fork, you might as well. Yeah, this is easy though. This is just a website. This is literally just a website that like this is easy. This is easy to make with AI. Man, AI is like changed everything. The workflow is what you have to master. Once you master workflow, you can start pushing prod, and that's what's gonna happen in Zen world. I think a lot of people are gonna start learning how to push prod. Now, who makes the best prod? Because it's like a kindergarten class. Like everybody's gonna be trying to scribble inside the lines, but only so many people really gonna be able to do it while everybody else is in kindergarten class. Like, so that's up to the user to identify that type of behavior. But if you're you gotta sometimes you gotta scrab your knee because you ain't paying attention. So pay attention, goddamn. Pay attention. Pay attention. Y'all think I'm gonna start desaying it to Sol so I can stick it for XNT launch? Exactly, bro. Bro, that's the only reason I'm getting into meme coins is to get more Solana so I can stake it for XNT. Like, that's the game. We're degens. We know this shit. Like, pump the fucking meme coins on Solana. What are you guys doing? Bro, go tell everybody, buy a bag, and then tell everybody, and then dump it. It's culture. Who cares? Get your 20%. It's just, it might go higher. That's your gamble. It might go higher, bro. Damn, man. What the fuck am I talking about right now? I'm just fucking spazzing. But yeah, bullish on Solana. Wish I got a little bit more of a dip on it. I was hoping we would actually pull back. But again, since it's pulling up and I'm seeing the memes pull up, I'm seeing people get excited. I'm seeing, we're one headline away from being back on track. Right. The goal is 125. That's like the number I've been hearing a lot of people say out there in the real world. They want to see 125. I want to see 130. So maybe that's the top. And 125 is the sweet spot. But yeah, that's all time high. And that's a good place to start trading backwards for a few months. Cooling off. A lot of people will probably take profit. They're getting smarter about this and try to go into altcoins or try to find the next best thing. But this is where I think the cycle is going to break on the mainstream market because it's not let's go into altcoins anymore. Like that's done. Like it's either Ethereum goes all time high and everybody dumps their ETH and go into Solana to go into memes. Or is Ethereum doesn't do an all-time high and everybody dumps the profits they have and they go into Solana and they get into memes. Like memes is the new altcoin. It's not going to another blockchain, right? Going to another blockchain is like boomer talk. I hate when I keep hearing this altcoin talk about you're going to go and buy some Shiba Inu, bro. What the fuck is wrong with you? Like Shiba Inu? Well, Shiba Inu, is this 1999? We buying Shiba Inu. We buying Tron. We buying these these backwards layer ones. So this is what I had seen yesterday. Let's see if it's still here. Massive data breach because of shit. So Tether CEO snubs IPO. Says $515 billion evaluation is a bit bearish. The Tether CEO points to the company growing Bitcoin and gold treasuries as the reason why a speculative $515 billion dollar valuation might be a bit bearish. So Tether essentially is trying to push this notion that they can be valued in gold and Bitcoin because they can become registered in America. So they gotta let you know there ain't gonna be no IPO like this is Circle. This is not USDC. He's probably been getting hella people asking him that question. When are you gonna IPO it? It's like, bro, we cannot IPO Tether. This shit is not real. Nothing about it is real. And I mean, do you be in whatever you want to be in? But this to me is hilarious. That the conversation is, man, we're growing the company's Bitcoin and gold treasury. It's like, bruh, that's classic crypto shit. You can't go to the government with that shit. You gotta pay the fee, or you gotta do the paperwork right, so that you pay the fee to planet Earth, I guess, to get into the position to be seen. So I think this shit is funny. The actual crypto space is becoming aware of how outdated most of this stuff is, and most of the new stuff is under the blockchain wing because it's coming out as like an app, like a pump fund, or like a DePIN app on Solana, like Helio or whatever that shit is, Helios or Helium, excuse me, Helium Mobile. So like, yeah, like and we know why apps, if you don't know, the reason why it's turning into the blockchain or the layer one conversation is what we're still having, right? I've been saying that for a long time. Like, we're still talking layer ones. We're not talking, these are great ones. We're saying which ones are the best ones. This is the layered one talk that we're having. That's why XRP can't flip Tether, because it's too much risk, right? Sometimes it can, but most times when Bitcoin is positive, it's again, most people are going Tether Bitcoin, because that's just been the world of crypto, right? I am at the end of this shit too with the fucking realm, dude. This shit is done. It's time to explode, and it's time like the real tech starts to shine, so everybody has a chance. And then like, yeah, we can concentrate it back into this mediocre market in a few years, 4 to 5 years from now. We'll have all the new DePIN projects, everybody's robotic company that's, funded by some crypto startup that made some sort of algorithm that produces a reward, right? That's kind of where I see us headed. It's like this algorithmic state where everything is like based on an algorithm. Like, how do you make it better? And it's going to rely on the blockchain. Like, if the blockchain isn't helping everyone get better uptime, then it's going to die, because it's not live internet, essentially. Like, it's not a live feed, right? People want this shit, and devs want this shit too, because it's hard as fuck to dev and have to have a server call. That's something I'm learning right now too in my dev world, is it's really hard to make something in crypto and then have to store it, because that's like backwards. That's why apps work best, because apps is like user granted storage, but like web app is like we have to be anonymous storage. So it does make more sense for like a developer to make a web app and then transition it to like a Solana, which is a high-end infrastructure to run your web app on a phone for instant access at the tip of someone's fingertips, right? It doesn't make sense for you to do that on Ethereum, because most ETH-based development still requires you to hit a server, because it's slow as fuck. Like, when I'm trying to index shit on Ethereum, that shit's slow as fuck, and that's just the way it is. So imagine Bitcoin with 10-minute blocks, bro. This is gonna be the regular conversation about 4 years, bro. Everyone's gonna be in the heat of the argument, and then it's just gonna be an agreement. Parallel's better, and we're gonna move forward. But then it's gonna be like, were you even there? Like, were you even in the right position to realize that like parallel is gonna be better than linear? Like, that shit is hilarious at this particular point. What's up, Quantum Architect? I'm just ranting and raving. Most people in crypto right now have no clue like what's the actual problem in tech. Like, and that's something that you learn in the Zen world. Like, in Zen, you really learn how most people are critics. I have posted that on my my X account. Follow me on X. Make sure you like and subscribe. I guess if you're on X watching this, come watch it on YouTube. That's where we be chilling. But Where this shit at? Yeah. Damn it. I can't find it. Maybe I did have it. Can you clarify what the current role of XNM is and how it will work with the launch of X and X1? I mean, XNM is proof of work coin, and its native chain is X1. So when X1 is live, so does the proof of work chain at the same time, because the proof of work chain is just a ledger, proof that you know it's just a floating ledger. So it just needs a storage unit, and that's like X1. X1 is the storage unit for the floating blockchain proof of work component called xeNFTs that happens to just live in the sky right next to X1 chain with a link. Motherfucking connected by a motherfucking Ethernet. That's what XNM is to X1. Now the thing is how does the team handle Genesis? How does Genesis happen? You can launch pools with each other. So, you know, in the root of fairness, the team could allocate like a certain amount of XNT and put it inside of a liquidity pool that's hand in hand with XNM, and then then it's just open game for the trade market, like free market. Like if you come with all your XNM and you just dump that shit to zero, it's just like Zen. Right. And maybe that's what happens. Maybe it's like first to the egg. Like everybody just comes and just like starts dumping on each other because like they've been waiting for so long. But yeah, that's the role of it. It's proof of work. The question is just, do people care, man? And that's where I draw the line in the sand, where I don't think people really care. Like they don't give any fucks. Like that's what Zen should have taught you this by now. That nobody cares. This is what I wanted to show. So like nobody cares. I used to say this like every day in my past live stream, but it's fuck your ideology. That is cryptocurrency. Once you come with this like we're here to change the world, people get defensive because they don't. There's a lot of people who don't think the world is going to change, and that's their matrix, right? Like they're kind of allowed to like think that way because we like those people, right? I guess I'm a doer. So this right here, this is the perfect graphic for what is the Zen world, and I'm glad that it got 40 likes because that means other people are relating with me. But like this goes to like down to the XNM like conversation, right? XNM is gonna be a proof of work coin on top of X1 chain, where you can use a GPU to create value or create token. Right? Token can be used to buy bananas. If merchant takes token for banana. I'm a more simplistic. Do we need to make it? Now the question is how does a merchant take token for banana? And how do you create culture to bring customer in with token to buy fucking banana? Like this is the part of the crypto space where I think everyone's just actually purely retarded. Like they're so bad at business that this is why VCs have to exist. And it's pretty, again, I keep saying this shit, but it's poetic, man. Like the most organic and fair piece of world that man has in hand. Because you can't hold fire. That's going to hurt. Can't hold a block of ice either. It might melt or it might freeze bite you if it's too fucking cold. Right. And that's kind of like this, like hold your phone in your hand. Even the phone thing is crazy. You have like the ledger, hold your keys, I guess, type shit. But yeah, like that's kind of where I'm at with this thing. Like people don't understand it until it's branded, it's wrapped, and it's shipped to them. So it's really up to the person that's the most invested in the product to identify and become the doer. And that's why, in Zen, the best products will come from people who are the closest to creation. If you spent all this time here with Zen and you still don't understand how it's made, that is horrible. Like when I worked at Apple, something I realized that Apple used, like they didn't notice this. I mean, maybe they did. Maybe it was part of the psychology of their employees. But Apple loves to use the employees to test. Do employees love to test shit, right? But the problem with that is you're giving away all your data to this entity that does not really create it. Like they're just taking in data, KPI, and then producing number formulation. They're not the actual doer. So they're going to continue to keep rendering, and then they're just going to be out the race because they've rendered too far to be in some sort of race. Like, oh, now we got to render something small, become large again, right? So this is where I see Zen right now. Like, there's so many critics. There's so many people like just talk about it, but there's not that many people that are actually doing things, right? That are actually looking at the chart. And here, and this is fine though, because this for me as someone who is a doer, if you are a doer, if you do feel like you've been doing Zen, and I'm not just saying buying it, bro, I'm saying making it. Shout out to my miners, bro. So I had to make mintzen.com so there was something out there for everyone. That's a good segue right now. mintzen.com. So I made mintzen.com because I thought it would be cool for everybody to have access to the actual script I've been using, because this script, again, it came from GPT, so it's free information. Like, it's not like I went and did some fucking Houdini shit and got this script, which people usually make computer stuff, you know. And that's what I mean. There's a lot of bad coders, actually. There's a lot of bad idealists, bad creatives in technology because they have access to funding. And I think those days are going to fucking be fried for half a second. I think we're really getting back to this classic fun crypto shit where we're moving on principle because we need to rebuild it from the ground up. We can't just slap a new thing on top and say this is different, right? Even though we're talking about SVM being the first SVM fork, that means we're still helping them grow because it doesn't make any sense. Like, we have the faster stack now than Solana, and Solana could do it, but their board won't let them, essentially. That's what it's going to come down to between X1 and Solana. Like, we have the freedom of the internet to expand, and maybe there's a board. I mean, there's going to be a board, obviously, but like the notion will be to push forward this free, fair, you know, transparent feeling, I guess. And that's going to be the notion for as long as it can be that. Now, how long is that? I don't know. That's why I'm like, yo, does the world make after X1 an actual blockchain that's so public it is a public bathroom? You know, is that Zen? Like, does Zen get battle tested in 2029? You know, does the notion of Zen like become something? You know, like, I don't fucking know. But that's all way too hard of a hopium compared to like, oh, the VC money's coming. And that's why, yeah, I wanted to make sure people had access to minting Zen because, you know, this next few years might be pretty nuts. And I think minting is the best way to get Zen. I don't think buying it is the best way to get it. Buying it is an edge if you understand. Like, you need to do the research so you can understand. And, you know, I think we're at a very critical moment right now on all the Zens, price wise. Oh my God, CB Zen. Man, they gave up over here. Look at now, everyone's adding, everyone moving. They're moving right after me. Look at y'all move. Look at y'all move. That's cool. Shout outs to the movers. Yeah, I'd probably add some liquidity too. Make a quick $10. But yeah, CB Zen, again, the thing about CB Zen is most of it is staked. So this thing can move up and down and be super volatile. And I'm trying to get into the liquidity pool too, because I think the LP on CB Zen is going to be or on CB Zen and OP Zen, those two are going to be really, really good. And there's no better way to get into the liquidity pool than minting the coins and just waiting. Like, right now, okay, maybe you don't got the motherfucking coins. Okay, so yeah, you're gonna probably have to buy them because right now you don't have the motherfucking coins, and that sucks because you had an opportunity to keep them, or you had the opportunity to mine, and you didn't do it. So now you ain't got nothing. So now you're the guy that has to buy the 200 MA. I don't know why it'd be like that, right? And this is why I made mintsent.com, because you need to swallow the fucking rainbow and get over it and come mint some Zen. And it's very simple, right? So we'll do it real quick, a little quick tutorial, right? Here, let's see if we can get rooted in some. Oh man, I can't record. Whatever, man. I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna record a real tutorial video about this, but the thing is, I want people to discover it because this is actually a big plan. And you can use it if you want to use it. You don't got to use it. All right. You ain't got to use it. But I did everything I need to do. And if you want to fact check me, you can go ahead and fact check me. It's open sourced. So you can even steal it and change it for PZen if you want to go and mine the shit out of PZen. Maybe I'll add PZen if somebody sends me 1 or 400 or 4.2 trillion PZen, and I'll fucking add it. Send me 4.2 trillion. I'll add your favorite chain that's not on the site. But when you pull up, you're gonna go to mintzen.com. You're gonna see the disclaimer that pops up, and essentially, I needed to put this here because this website holds your keys. Now, what it does in the background, from a technical standpoint, is it actually remixes and encrypts the keys, so the keys are encrypted while they're on the site using React's storage encryption. So it's a very similar encryption, just like Friendtech. Right? Everybody will use Friendtech or some other ass shit where like it makes the fucking private key for you on a public server or some shit, or like a server. You feel me? Like, and then they'll be like, oh, I don't want to drop my private key or don't drop your private key into this, but they don't want to interact with something like this because it literally is telling you that you need to take ownership of your private key. So this is all by design. I wanted the tension. I wanted the smoke. Because I want people to remember that this is why we're here. We're here for ownership, right? That's the beauty of Bitcoin. It really gives you individual ownership. You own that private key. No one can take it from you, right? Unless they know it, right? Because you give it away or you're getting spied on or some shit. You're getting spied on. I don't know. That's why, maybe you want to use mintzen.com. You go buy a new laptop just to use mintzen.com. But yeah, you should understand how to own your keys, and you should understand the severity of moving around a private key. You shouldn't feel like that is a I know what's happening here situation. You should be an owner. And that's kind of why, again, I love Zen for that notion. It creates owners, real crypto owners. You own your private key, you own your Zen, you own your XENFTs. So long as you don't share that fucking private key with someone, it is yours, right? And again, the only way they can spoof the site is if you let them in, motherfucker. Like, don't let them in. So yeah, read this. You're gonna have to hit accept, and then up comes the app. Fun little app, fun little UI, nice and rainbowy. Somebody asked me if I can make a dark mode, so I'm working on a gothic version of this. Mintgothiczen.com coming soon. But essentially what happens is you just click this button, launch app, and then this is going to pop up, right? So just to give you a walkthrough of the website, up here we have the time that it is in the current gas, as well as we have a back button. Go back over here to the hero page. Logo, of course, mintzen.com. We got a wallet connect button. Now the wallet connect button doesn't do anything, and all it does is it piggybacks RPC. Now again, this site is really designed to educate people. So realistically, this is your network button because this site has to hold your private key, right? And why does it have to hold your private key? Right. I'm just trying to mint some Zen. Why do I need to release my private key to this website, right? You're not releasing your private key. Fucking, this is crypto, bro. You can spin up $1 billion. There's no such thing as your private key. Your private key is the one you make, bitch. That you say, this is mine. Like, this one is the one. You know, like, yeah, I got the ledger. The ledger got keys on it. Oh, shit. Right? You gotta really take ownership of your security. Take ownership. Start with minzen.com. It's gonna teach you how to make a shit ton of wallets. You're gonna become mute to that shit. Like, oh, I'm spinning up another one. All right, but look at. So when you show up, this connect button doesn't connect you to anything. All right, it'll connect you to the blockchain, but it's just using. Oh, hold on. That's the wrong thing. Hold up. Let me make sure I can sign in, you motherfuckers. Thankfully, I got ahead of myself. All right. So when it's connected, all it's doing is using the RPCs that are on your wallet. Right, that's in your browser wallet. Now, again, the reason it needs your private key is because it's running automation, and the only way to bypass multiple signatures is in order. The app needs control of the key. If the app doesn't have control of the key, it can't make multiple signatures. So that's just like part of it, right? It's just part of the game. And why, again, I was like, this is actually a really good application to promote sovereign ownership. That this is what it's all about. Technically, this is what it's all about. Owning your keys, being an owner, bruh. Stop letting other people own your fucking reality in crypto. Now, right here, this is the drop down menu of the network. So we have Optimism, we have Ethereum, and you can see here showing the ETH gas, and then we have Base. So all the Ethereum Zens are available on mintzen.com. And that's just, again, if you watch the stream, you know my passion behind the Zen derivatives that are in paired with Ethereum. You know, I think, again, that takes a lot of stress off of the Zen being something, because the native coin is doing its own thing, right? Like ETH is trying to be successful, so Zen will be successful because ETH is successful. It's as simple as that. Now, like, again, I might add some other blockchains, but this is an educational platform, and I don't want to have too many things going on, because I want new people to come into Zen from this website. That's my KPI. Were you in Zen before mintzen.com? No. Cool. Honorary Zenian. Ding ding. But yeah, so this is how you switch your network if you want. And I'm fixing a UI bug. There is a UI bug that hopefully I'll have it fixed by the end of the week. But what's happening is, I'll give you a background. There's a blur right here, and I got to get rid of this effect, because this effect is like fucking up my text fields, and so you might be using it and the site might reset. But I'll if it happens, we'll talk about it. But yeah, every time you'll see the site, it'll like flicker. That's it refreshing the network using the RPC that I have installed in the background. Now, this is running off of my personal RPC, which is an Alchemy one, but you can drop in your own. Oh, my bad. Never mind. This is not running off my personal one anymore, because that's the one I built for me. This is running with the public one. So you'll see here, it'll tell you the RPC that's installed on the app. So all these ones are public RPCs. And that's why they'll work good, but they can time out. So if you're trying to mine, mint a lot of Zen, because you got a lot of crypto, and you're about to, set it off. Maybe you want to drop in your own RPC, just so that you can maintain, I don't know, whatever performance, because that's where your performance is going to be the best. So if you want more performance, you need to install a better RPC. And sometimes you can pay for RPCs to have that type of performance. And yeah, this is very advanced shit if you start doing everything else. All right, but if you just click around, it's pretty simple, man. Where you want to mine? Optimism, it's pretty cheap, right? Ethereum, it's pretty expensive. It's not that bad right now, so I like it. These numbers are general. Now you can actually get gas lower than these numbers. I have a general number here for the user. I like what Jack did on XEN.network. When you go to make a xeNFT, for instance, the xeNFT has a cap of 128. Right? You can't go higher than that. And that's because Jack and the team realized that that's pretty much all you can fit in a block. And then they realized you can do more, but you're not really helping yourself or the chain. And that's kind of what I wanted to make sure I did as well. Is I didn't want people setting the gas too low and running into failed transactions, and they're not experienced to understand what's happening. So if you go in on the internet and mine around, you can realize you can find the less general gas. Because if you know type shit. Like if you know. That's why the slow got 3 zeros, but it's better than that. Better than that if you know. All right, so that's the top bar there. Again, you got your network selector, your back button, and then your connect wallet that does nothing but help RPC fallbacks to keep trying to get your transactions going. It's like you got 2 RPCs running at one time. Well, not really, because I don't know how to explain it. It depends. You can do. I mean, it's not real. Fuck it. I'm just gonna say it's 1. Maybe it'll become 2 one day. Stream dropping for anyone. Damn, it's my stream drop. It's this website. Man, this website takes off too much on my encoder. Hold on. That's kind of crazy that it does that. Encoder, consider. Hold on 1 second. Let me see something. Consider turning down video settings or using faster encoder precision. So I've been having some encoder issues with my my shit. Ever since I did some shit, man, I should have never done that shit. I'm so stupid. I tried to make like an AI video on my computer. That was the dumbest thing I could have done. I should have never did that. Yeah, I don't think I can change this while I'm streaming. How do you change the encoder? Because the encoder is... The encoder is in the output. And that is not accessible. So maybe I'll try to make it quick. And that's why I mean, yeah, I gotta, okay. So when I do this the next time, I'll make sure that I figure out my encoder before I stream or before I make that video. Cause the site. The site it has this cool ass background effect, but you learn like you have this really cool idea and then like everybody's shit isn't accessible. And right now I need a extra GPU on my computer so that this just runs smooth with the stream. Help me out. Help me get a real GPU. Yeah, it got better because I got off this website. So what we'll do real quick is we'll just do a quick tutorial of like how to use it now. And if it gets choppy, let me know and I'll jump off of it. But essentially, when you go to mintzent.com, you're gonna see the wallet tab. The wallet tab is gonna, if you've been here before, it's gonna literally say, "Hey, your session expired. Your key was deleted, but we saved the wallet address you used." So then, this is just so if you don't remember which wallet you used because you are going crazy, you was making hella G ranks, then you could essentially know which one. So then you drop in a private key. But if you need a wallet, which I recommend, is like never use a private key that you create somewhere else. Always use a private key here that you created on the site. That way, again, you're separating your ownership between the two. Damn, see, yeah, it's the site. Fuck me up. Fuck me up, man. Let me see here. How can I drop? Anybody know how to drop the encoder while I'm streaming? Shit. Fuck. That's what it is. It's a stupid site. I'm learning too much, too fast. Tell me to slow the fuck down. It's like, bro, slow down, bro. Slow down, bro. About to ask my GPT. Why would it tell me to like change the encoder if it's like, oh, but you can't. But actually you can't do it. Man, the hate. Rate control. What's should I drop my byte rate? Is that what it is? Or do I rate? You raise your bit rate, right? So I should probably put that to like 4,000. All right, let's see if I think maybe if I raise the bit rate, this should work. We need funds for so you can stop. Yeah, no, this is fun though. I mean, like, hey man, remember I had the super ghetto computer. Now we're at least we're cooking. We can cook it up, you know. We cook it now. So the next step, I guess, in this tech world of building things is I really need to build a computer at home because GPU ownership is important. It is key to development and to creation. If you don't have one on you, you're slacking. You need to have that GPU on you. And yeah, so hopefully, you know, it'll come full circle. But your boy grinding. All right, so we're gonna get back to this. We're gonna try this one more time. All right, so look at check it out. All right, so we're gonna get back to this. We're gonna try this one more time. All right, so never here unless you've made it here. Other than that, just generate a new one. All right, and I'm not gonna use this again. It doesn't matter. So it's gonna show you the wallet address and the private key, and it hides it. So what you can do then is you can show it. I don't give a fuck. You can steal this if you want. I don't care. But really, you just want to click this button here. This is to copy it. The reason why you want to copy it is because once you close this page, the private key is going to disappear. So you need to back it up. Now you can even do this here where you can save a file. So I made it where you can make a JSON file, save it on your desktop, and be able to have that there. But really what you want to do is you want to use what do you call it? This thing. Will this show up over here? Nah. How does this go here? Show on remove, show in browser. Nah. Oh, no. Now you can't see it, but you're going to import it into your wallet. Oh, you know what I need to do? Oh shit, I'm not even there. It's black. Yeah, man, the screen fucking died. This thing hates me. Wow, I like changed to a whole other screen and shit. What the fuck? I'm sorry, guys. See, this is the worst tutorial ever. This is how you know this is my first deployment of something. I don't even know how to tutorial it. Thank God it's Zen though. See, if you're a dev, if you're a new dev with Zen. It's already built. You don't have to worry about like figuring it out for real. You just got to make sure you got a vision. Make something that's good for yourself, you know? Oh, okay. That shit crashed. Okay, that's what happened. What the fuck? So yeah, go to Minton, hit accept terms, launch it. Okay, my shit is way too far out. Scoot it in. So this works fine on your. It's just again, I'm streaming, so it's a little different for me than when you do it. If you do it at home, it's gonna be good. But again, to try to show the wallet, so we're just gonna do this because I didn't save the private key in time for it crashed on me. So then I'm going to go here and then give me a second. Let me add this real quick to my wallet, because that's what you do. You add the private key to your wallet. Now, whichever wallet you're using, Rabby, I'm using Rainbow wallet, no affiliation. But I'm using Rainbow wallet. So what I'll do, and there's one more update that's going to come in a few weeks where your wallet will be on the app. And this is all steps like to get closer and closer to a big vision that I got for this. And then maybe we could start talking, help a brother out. We looking for some funding. That would be awesome. That would be like the most, the best, I guess, or the best outcome possible. All right. But, so I got this wallet in my wallet right now, but I need to put some funds in it. So I'm going to go ahead real quick. Let me just send over $1. So when you use this app, what I recommend doing is using it like, anything else you'd use that you don't understand. So just test it out. This isn't some place you go and balls deep, put everything you got into it. Okay. Because there's nothing there anyways. You're mining Zen, bruv. Chill out. Anyways, right? So, I'm going to send myself $1.50 to this wallet so I can mint some Zen. Okay. So now that the wallet is in my address, I can come back over here and I can hit continue and verify. It's going to say, hey, make sure you verify that wallet. You got it. And be like complete. So this right here, this is the full setup. We got Rainbow, we got ladder, and we got a help section. Once you unlock the app and you install your PK into the app will then allow you to see like how to use it. So if you need any how-tos, because Crypto Bro ain't around, just go to the help tab. It literally tells you everything and it explains it very nicely, how the rainbow mode works, how the ladder mode works. But again, this is hyper focused on minting Zen and providing everybody with an outlet. Jesus. God damn. Providing everybody with an outlet so that they can mint some Zen. Man, this thing hates me. So what you're going to do, though, is I say just go with the recommended here. What I have here, the gas should be pretty good. Sometimes what I'll do is I'll just throw like a 7 on it. So then that way it's up a little bit. And then you can do a 1-second delay. And then just hit start minting. So the point of this app, again, is actually the rainbow ladder. Because the rainbow ladder is what inspired the app. Right. So what the rainbow ladder does is it creates a cascade of xeNFTs, one after the other, and it uses each power group, which is like the classes like Zentarion or the Ruby, or the Opal. Essentially, it's just using those classes to create a rainbow array cascading down your wallet. And that was just for me vanity. Like I was like, yo, the Zen minting is actually vanity, but people don't see it like this because all they want to do is max mint. So like maybe we can make a platform that gives the minting some sort of vanity, and hint, there's going to possibly maybe be a minting button for something new on top of this one specifically, because I want to attract people who do make rainbow mints, because I think that's fire. I think that's cool as fuck. I think that if you have a rainbow cascading mint in your collection of xeNFTs, you're cool. You're a cool guy or gal. So you should go do that. But right after you click it, it's going to say like everything is good. And then if you go to Zen.network, so you might need to switch to the wallet that you're using. So let me go to my test wallet. Nice. And it used 2 cents to create that rainbow there. And voila, I now have a rainbow array of xeNFTs. And this is the whole point of it. I wanted to leverage Zen.network with a new way to make Zen, but I didn't want to do it like anybody else would do it. So this is definitely, I'm satisfied. I'm fucking hyped. I'm glad people are enjoying it, but this is actually the app. The latter part is just part of the fuck shit. And that I can't believe like that's the part where everyone's like super focused on it. Like everybody wants to understand this part. But yeah, man, it's very simple. Create custom laddered XENFT terms with precise control over ranges and batches. So like if you're really here to mint Zen, this is where you can do that. You can set it up for yourself to be epic if you want to be epic, right? Really using, again, that collector's class of XENFTs and taking them to the next level. Actually, what I recommend doing is using the app. Oh, wow. Oh, shit. We're in the millions now. Millions of XENFTs on Optimism finally minted. Big ups to everyone. We got to look at these terms. But one more thing is if you're going to run this app, run it one time forward and then go to advanced options and then run it one time backwards. And this is why I like Optimism. Optimism is so fast and cheap, right? So you can use my recommended settings. I kind of gave a hint there because you see the recommended settings are 4 zeros and a 3 rather than the 3 zeros and a 9. But it's up to you to like really see the hints that I'm throwing, man. There's some Easter eggs here for the real ones. So yeah, just click. Again, I want it to be the best experience to mint Zen. So all you do is click a button, right? Ownership is based on you. And maybe in the future, again, this will be a gated concept where we won't have to worry about the web app and the treachery of that particular garden. And creating wallets to create Zen will be a thing that'll be normal, and all that good jazz. And yeah, again, oh, this shit is cooking right now. While it's cooking, I'll like not be there. And again, this product is for everyone. Like this isn't just for me. Like this is so you can share to someone else. Like, yo, check it out. I can show you how to make some Zen, and it's fun. It's not like this gray ass. That's why when someone asked me like, oh, can you make a dark version for us? I was like laughing inside because I was like, yo, I made it like I made something that's useful, but it's hard to see or it's hard to deal with because there's some utility to it. So if I make a utility, right, that's what I was saying, Goth is Zen, then more people would even be more attracted to it because it's even more dull, or, you know, it looks like a Zentarion. But this is a pretty awesome look here because you'll see when you do this ladder, you actually get a 1-day mint. So it's cool for promoting Zen actions as well, because now someone can come back the next day and claim instantly and they can get that experience too, right? So I do hope to scale it for the ladder minters. Y'all are on my fucking to-do list, but the app works for what I want it to work for, which is introducing people to Zen crypto and not overdoing it in any fashion. The only overdoing is teaching them how to own their keys, and that's a lesson that everyone should want to learn. And the lowest risk environment, sub pennies, right? You spent 2 cents to make 8, so that means I just spent 4 cents to make 16. So I'm gonna refresh it now. I should see the reverse rainbow. reverse. Yo, just make a whole wallet, like just keep going tie-dye with it. Yeah, tie-dye your wallet. That'll be like the next version of this one. But yeah, don't overthink it. I'll make a tutorial about it. But yeah, I think overthinking it really is trying to use this with just too much thought. You know, just set your terms. Like, are you max minting and you want to set a ladder? That was the other original idea. The ladder mode was like let's say we're using XenPub, or I mean not XenPub. Shout out XenPub though, but you're using like XenMon. It's Pride Month, I believe. Best time to use Rainbow Wallet. Yeah, actually, the encoder gave a. We appreciate you putting in the hard work. If anyone had a problem, you can invite them to do a better job if it feels up to them to take the task. Yeah, no, I don't think anybody had an issue with it. I think there's just a lot of people that are confused on what it is because it doesn't make you money. And that's like, again, that for me is part of the case study. It's like, yo, I dropped this thing and like actually it's a great utility, but the human behavior was it doesn't make you money. So it didn't get maximum clicks. It got like, you know, utility click. And now like I get to watch it like grow into this maximum subject matter because it's going to enhance the development of a lot of Xenians. Because maybe you are stuck in a one-click zone. The ladder is for you. Like if you're stuck in a one-click zone on Mint Zen or in Minting Zen, this ladder mode is for you. So you can, like I said, like you have 100-day term. So then you just do 110 days, right? So it starts at 100 day term and it ends at 10-day terms. And then you can do, let's say 300 days. This is the UX I got to fix. It's horrible right now because the encoder is fucked. So don't worry about that. But then you would just do 3 batch terms. So then that's 100, 100, 100, and then it changed 100, 100, 101, 101, 101, it changed 102, 102, 102, and it changed, right? And then that way you've got this ladder set up. I'm going to close this out. You got this ladder set up so you have every day a mint coming out, right? It looked like this. Where now you've got all this Zen coming out, right? Now you don't even need to focus on buying it because you fucking minted it. That's going to be once you divide the minter and the buyer, you realize the buyer is always going to be there. They're never going to go away. So it's comfortable to mint, right? You want to have a shit ton of VMUs, and we're at the bottom of it all right now. So if the buyers come in heavy and then they turn into minters, strategy on laddering becomes like, again, like we need more data for more stuff so you can see where's best to park your mints and things. But I'm not really worried about that stuff right now. No, this is not just for optimism. It works on, like I said, you click the indicator. You click the network indicator at the top and it changes to, so you'd already deleted the password and shit. But you click this right here and it changes it from Ethereum, you got base, but it's only Ethereum based Zen, so you won't see any of the outside Zens. Oh yeah, and what I wanted to show after this is if you are using a wallet and you all of a sudden say, you know what, I don't feel like this is safe, maybe it's compromised. Currently, you can do this in 2 different ways. One way is you can click here. I think, does this have the batch Zen? Or is it one at a time? Oh, this is one at a time. So what you could do is you can go on Zen.network, and this is why I wanted to work with this, and you can send these out one by one to a safe wallet. Like maybe you have a cold wallet, like a ledger, with a bunch of different 0x accounts that you're using for XENFTs. You can send your XENFT directly to your ledger, and that's why again I have some products in the line for mintzent.com. I've already thought of these things. I just, I'm trying to figure out if this is something that's a rollout or if this is something that is just a POC, like a proof of concept of what we can do with Zen at the user level. Because again, I think we're onboarding people the wrong way. And this is definitely mass adoption, but it starts with the creation. That's where the community is. The community is in making Zen, not in talking about it. Talking about Zen does not mean that you're in the community. But that's subjective because some people talk so much, it's like, what do you call it? Like squatting a house. Like they've been there for so long that like now you got to kind of work with them because like, why didn't we handle it in the beginning? Right. But it's part of it. You need that. I get it now. You need all those questions and it opens up the playbooks. So they naturally happen and people feel like they're in a fair territory. It's such a wacky psychology, bruv. But yeah, if you want to get out of here, what you should do is you should use OpenSea. And then when you go to OpenSea, batch claim, multiple NFTs, batch send, multiple NFTs. We're good to go, big bro. Yeah, you batch send on OpenSea. So go to OpenSea and connect the wallet that you spawned. And then agree to whatever the fuck they're saying. And then since that wallet should have been, you see up here, the $1.47, but that wallet should have been used where now it only has just that. Just those NFTs. What the fuck? Is it not showing up? Or does I have to wait a second to index? Because that sucks. Oh, no. All right, I haven't done it this fast, like right afterwards. You might have to wait a second for it to index. Because, yeah, it should just have them. Damn, that sucks. So I guess not the batch yet. I guess you'll have to send them one by one from here until they got the batch. That's crazy. So it's probably just taking time to index, because you'll see it right here. So this is owned by me. So you owned by you. Yes, this is owned by me. But I could favorite it. That's weird. It's just like it's just indexing though. I have a strategy though that, again, I've already built it. I'm just trying to automate it. It's really hard to automate it. So it might need to be simplistic, because this is the problem of automation with Ethereum, is that index is too slow. So most of the automation is always on a server. It's never really on chain. And when they do these, like, Zen is so rogue, it's such an on-chain thing. Like, no one dropped a collection on OpenSea, so OpenSea has to index it. And they probably don't index everything. So now my gallery, it says empty, but my fucking favorites show an NFT that literally, if you click it, it says that I own it. Like, what in the fuck is this world? What is this world? You know? Yeah, the OP's they're here, but maybe they've taken them down. The next thing would be your wallet. Like, you can use, there's some wallets that have NFT sends. Let's see. Even this shit is moving too slow. I move too fast, bruv. Here, let's see if we can find it. Oh, it's NFTs. Fuck, man, I'm really gonna have to send this out. Okay, I thought I could hold out on putting this code into the ether, but I'm probably gonna have to do it ASAP. Batch transfer NFTs, tokens, and whatnot. Here, let's see if CoinTools has it. I would trust them more because they're snakes, so they like money. Less likely to what do you call it? Make a tool to scam you, but they're more likely to make a tool to make you go in a loop. So you just keep paying them. But they got hella tools. Oh yeah, see NFT. So NFT, OpenSea batch seller, OpenSea batch creator, NFT transfer. Let's see, optimism. Damn, only one at a time. That's lame. So yeah, fuck, I really do gotta put this shit out. I didn't know it was lame out there. It's fucking lame. Everything is one at a time. It's probably because of the old school, like, gas. You weren't thinking about batch minting or sending a batch of NFT or NFTs because it was way too expensive. But now, since it's like pennies on the dollar, anybody can really do it. But yeah, that's essentially what you would do. Like right now, I'm probably gonna send these NFTs out. Let me see. Let me get these motherfuckers out of here. They ain't indexing here, so I know where to go though. We're gonna send them back, Captain. Back to home base. And this should be part of your strategy when you're starting to mint Zen. Like, how are you gonna hold your NFTs? Because you can only hold comfortably 2,500 in one wallet. Now, I know there's some people who are doing bigger wallets. Like I've seen them out there. I just don't know what happens if they they can change the chain and then you can't get this you can't get them out, like they'd be stuck. They'll be stuck there type shit. So yeah, that's why you want to only have, again, around 2,500 to maybe 3,000 xeNFTs in a wallet. That's good practice. Any more than that, you're gonna fucking break the chain and break yourself. Spy 69. That's a meme coin. I can see them on D-Bank. Just load the address into D-Bank. Don't let the Jews D-Bank me. Lowe's. Oh, let's see. I don't use D-Bank. But does D-Bank have batch send? Because that's all y'all need. Y'all just need the batch send so that I don't have to build it for you. And then you can send out all those fucking xeNFTs so you can manage your wallets better. And the wallet manager will show up in perfect time to save your ass when you need to mint them all. And then the wallet app showed up just in time to save my ass. Let's see. Verify. Where's the fire hydrants? It's like I'm a dog. Snoop Doggy Dog. What the fuck? Oh man. See, they got me. That's how they always get me. Like my mind, it drifts away because what the fuck was another one? LOL. This looks like this literally looks like Farcaster. What the fuck? Or Warpcast. Hey yo, look, these are the same websites. One's purple and one's white. Oh man. Shit, I want to show it for the funny. I got this shit logged in on my phone. Hold on. Oh, they changed the name to Farcast? God damn. They're going through an identity crisis. It's fine. I mean, that's what I mean. Everyone thought that they were going to make it happen, and then they are now quickly realizing that, like, oh, what we built is so Web 2. Like, this is not going to compete with Solana. So, Solana stuff is really, really good. Yeah, look at this. So this is Warpcast or Farcaster. And then this is D-Bank. Literally identical. But then at the same time, does it look like X? 3-page column. 3-page column. Or 3-column, 1 page. Like what's trending? Meat and potatoes. Navigation. What's trending? Meat and potatoes, navigation. Like all this shit is looking the same. Like it's pretty hilarious to me. This is literally one Zenian AI session away from us having our own D-Bank if somebody wants to create it. I'm not going to do it though. I have my own visions. All right, wallet, NFTs. Still says no. Oh, see, that's what I mean. It's indexing so slow, dude. It's so slow on the index. Like even this says no NFTs. The only place that has it is Zen Crypto. And this is what I'm talking about. Zen Crypto is probably leveraging Jack Levin's servers. So this is kind of giving us a fake news because it's indexing everything on a server and pushing it to our face. And that saves time on loading in crypto. Whereas a lot of these other channels like D-Bank, Farcaster, OpenSea, they're actually connected to the chain, you know, and they're really calling right now. Like every time I hit refresh, it's going to call an RPC to try to get the data from my wallet. And right now that RPC is saying, you know, wait an hour or some shit. I don't know what it's saying, but it's saying no items found. So wait an hour, right? But then on over here, Zen.network, I can send out my XENFTs unless someone's jumped into this private key and now they're stopping me. What the heck? What the helly? What the James Bond? I must have sent that one already. Indexing too slow. Did I send that one already? Oh, I can't send those. Okay. So yeah, you won't be able to send the day ones because the day ones have a 7-day grace period. So when you make a XENFT, when it becomes matured, it has 7 days before maturity and 7 days after maturity where it can't be moved. So that's why when I went to send out the 1 days, they didn't move. So that you'll have to keep there. Right. So that's one thing you will have to keep there. But yeah, I'll have the badge. I'll probably make a priority to have the badge sender by next week. And I just need to figure out logic on how to do it so I'm not spending money on servers. Because I don't want to. It's not like anybody's going to pay me to support them. Bitch, you could do it like this and I'll do it myself. I'll have my own little batch thing and then, yeah, fuck them. You'll just have to do it by hand. Or not share your private key so that you don't have to worry about sending your XENFTs off of the wallet. But there's nothing more self-custody than this repetitive action. And this is something, again, this is teaching. Bro, if you have to send every single, I had to send 14 XENFTs to another wallet. I will never forget this. Right? So that's what it's all about. That's what Mint Zen is all about. Ownership, creating owners and teaching people how to own their keys. And I don't give a fuck if it doesn't pay you. It just literally, again, it's a case study to see if people really want to make more Zen. And I think we're seeing right now that explosion happen here. Let's refresh CB Zen, OP Zen, and then we'll bring in even ETH Zen and see how they've been doing since the release. It's been out now for 3 days. Best dev to ever do it. Thanks for the out of nowhere dap. Yeah, nah, dude, we're loading up. I have a lot more ideas. This has actually come super far. Like, this was my original version of this. Like, that's why I'm like, I've been cooking. Like, it's hard for me to feel bad for people because I literally been cooking. This is the first version of this shit that I sent to people. The XenFT torrent minter, a static website with inputs and a way for what this did, because I didn't know where I was going. So this is like the skeletons of the ideology, where it's like, man, I really want to mint a lot of Zen, but I don't want to have to click. I'd rather just click, sign transaction. Like, I'm down to just do that. So I invented my own bulk minter using GPT to just do that. And then over time it evolved because it's like, man, I can only do one type of idea. Like, what if I can stack these next to each other and have the miner run so I get, 505 days, 510 days, 500 and whatever days I want. Like, and then now we got mintzen.com. So it's been cooking. For anybody who just thinks it's just happened, it's been happening. And more is to come because, yeah, even live, I'm discovering a pain point that I would love to solve for anyone using the platform because, yeah, you deserve it. I don't understand why everybody got it so simple. Maybe they don't see a need for it. And then that's why I'm at with it. Maybe they don't see a need for it because indexing NFTs or NFTs are really stupid. Like, they're heavy. They cost a lot of money. That's why I'm like, man, I want this shit to pop up on OpenSea. Nope. It's a wrap. But yo, bro, I'm gonna fucking get up out of here. Go do some other shit. mintzen.com. Tutorial coming soon, like a real one where it's not skipping. Again, I just want people to explore it, use it, come up with ideas, join the Telegram. Tell us what you need. What products do you need for your Zen world to be good? I want to hear that. I want to hear it. Constructive products. I don't want to hear number go up. I think this is the world we can do it in. We can do it with Mint Zen, because if you don't care about minting Zen, then we know who you are. All right, Portal 9 is in this bitch. I gotta go. Peace.
Astronaut.